Okay, I'm recording now. Yes, now we started.
Yes.
Right.
Please repeat from start.
Yeah, I'll do that. Quickly, I'll go from the beginning. Good
Rama, this
evening.
time slightly slower, please.
Yes, good evening. We
Okay.
are going to do the goal setting process today. So my goal in this session is to clarify what is goal and the context of goal setting, help you to set or validate your goals, answer any questions related to goal. This is the goal of my session today. So what's the goal? So my definition is go all the way. What for would you go all the way? That's your goal. So you have the dictionary meaning and the business meaning of goals. The business meaning is clearly the SMART goal. Asim Premji says that if people are not laughing at your goals are too small. An observable and measurable end result having one or more objectives to be achieved within a more or less fixed time frame is the goal. Set goals that excite you and scare you at the same time. So this is basically your big and hairy and audacious goal. That is what is suggested to set the goals. If you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. Set daily, monthly, and long term goals and dreams. Don't ever be afraid to dream too big. Nothing is impossible. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve it. If you have reached your goal, set a new one. So this is a typical goal context. In the corporates, typically this happens like this: strategic planning. Vision is what you want to, what do you want to be? What's your future state you would like to achieve? The mission is what's your purpose? What do you do? What is your current state? What is that you want to do? The values are whatever your values, basically your belief system, your culture, all those things are the values. That drives a lot. That is the internal values really help you to achieve the goals, or it may block you. The goals are what you want to really achieve, the end state, whatever the desired results you want to achieve, those are the goals. And strategy is what are the ways of achieving the goals? How do you achieve the goals? For example, Amazon, they do not have the stores, so they tie up with the vendors and directly deliver. They don't own it. So similarly, Uber, they don't own the cars, but they run the complete uh, taxi business. So that is their strategy, not to own the car, but at the same time tie up with others and get it done. Action plan is to break the goals down such a way that what are the things you need to do on a daily basis or a weekly basis or a monthly basis. That is the action plan. Then some of the key things you may want to make it as a habit so that you are fully equipped and very productive to achieve all your goals. For example, getting up early in the morning may be a good habit to have because it gives you a lot of time as well as a lot of energy. So like that, you can develop certain habits which will help you to be very active, very healthy, very energetic, which will allow you to achieve all your big goals as well. So there are two paths here. One is the guiding path, another is the driving path. The driving path is your inner values and your inner energy. And the guiding path is your overall knowledge and expertise and what you want to achieve. So you have your vision, mission, and values. And the strategy is what you use to achieve the goals from the hard side, from the objective side. And culture is what you will use internally, which drives you to achieve what you want to achieve through the values, beliefs, practices, and behaviors. The goals, you make that into objectives, sub goals, and then divide them into activities, and then you achieve your results. So this is how typically you achieve how do you go about doing, achieving your goals, is this is what at the top level. Okay, with this, these are all just knowledge. So what we would like to do now is that let's really go and set the goals. If you already have the goals, validate them. If you don't have, you can set them. If you have partial, you can just validate and set new goals as well. So each one of you, please take your notebooks and pens. So we are going to actually do the goal setting process now. So it is not sufficient to just think, we have to do. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Okay, so please take your paper, your notebooks and pen. Right, so we will go. Now the first thing is, what's bothering you? What has been bothering you more often right now, as well as for days or for months or for years? So if something is really bothering you, really, keeps on, playing in your mind, that is something you need to note down. Please note down as in a separate page, what's bothering me. Note down all the items which are bothering you, because this will give you some input and clue on what to work on, or which goal to achieve.
Rama, a question.
Yeah.
When you say bothering,
Yeah.
is it a hindrance or it is a motivating factor?
It can be both. It can be both. It's basically, I'm looking at more hindrance right now.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So basically, whatever is really not allowing you to perform well, which is really, putting you down, write that down. So if it is done, please type in the chat box that it is done.
Yes,
Was
sir,
it-
done.
Yeah, recording is going on. Yeah. Okay, if you have listed out, let's move on to the next one. What are you proud of in your life? So write down all the things you are proud of. So far in your life, what have you done and what are you proud of yourself? Write all of them, whatever you are really happy about, whatever you are proud of about yourself. If you are done, please say it. Is it done? Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. So what are the prizes and accolades you received from others, either as individuals or from your school or your office or from other sports, hobbies, whatever your work? So what are the, for what did you receive these prizes and accolades? So write them down. It will be very useful. So don't just leave it. Don't just think about it. Write them, whatever it is, whether it is small, big, whatever it is, write them down. So you can hear from people saying that no, you are good at this, you are achieved this, or you have got some certificate, or you have got some prizes. So you can just write them down. For what did you get? Some people might have got for public speaking, some people might have got it for some hobbies, music, or whatever it is, or your work, within your work area, some specific skills or specific areas in which you achieved something. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So what are you grateful for in your life? So you can write down your thanks or you're grateful for what in your life. So you might have experienced certain things which makes you to be thankful and have gratitude towards certain things. So you can write them down. Some people are gifted, even without too much of effort, they can do certain things, or they might have got some specific opportunities or specific events which allowed them to prosper in certain things. So you can write them down. What are you grateful about for the life as a whole, or grateful for any specific people or specific events or specific places or things? Okay, so if you are done, let's move on to the next one. So this is something some of you might have known about this wheel of life. So if you are not aware, so please note down. So basically in your life, what are all the various aspects of your life which you can score? So please write down your notebook, starting from health. Health, what is the score? Basically, for each one of them, give the score 1 to 10. 1 is the lowest, 10 is the highest. So health, what is your score? Career, what's your score? Love, what's your score? Spirituality, family, money, and fun. So these are some of the dimensions with which uh, people score. There are more dimensions possible. This is just one arbitrary division. It can be, you can add few more if you want. But in life, all these are important. So write them down, fun, friends, and then score it. So against each, put your score from 1 to 10. Health, career, love,
No, Rama.
which, yeah,
So the scoring two things cannot be cannot have one same score, right? It has to be different.
not necessary, not necessary. It can, each one is independent.
Like for me, family and friends is equally important. So I can score them 10 and 10 both, right?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So
Okay.
10 means highest. You are really, no, this is not priority. You are not scoring priority. Where do you stand?
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So fun, I know fun and friends may be top priority for you, but today you may be standing somewhere in the middle or somewhere you are low in some things. So put your scores.
So, Rama, just to make it clearer, would be how happy you are in that area of life, how well you're doing,
Yes,
how
what your
much, how
performance,
much.
how well you
Yes,
are
yeah,
doing. That's right. How well
yeah.
you are doing. Yeah.
Mm.
Rama, I have a question here.
Yes.
Is it how well you are doing, or how happy you are, or how importance you give to that particular thing?
I would say it is a combination of all. Ultimately, how do you score? See, ultimately, all are equally important. Whether you are happy about it. Yeah, your point is absolutely right. You may be really doing great job in the office, but you may not be happy about it because you have to spend a lot of time. There are a lot of conflicts and all those things, right? That's what you are bringing. But what you need to do is overall what you think. You may that's what you have to put the score.
So I think it is more related to the importance, right? What I consider important. Maybe someone considers career important, someone considers fun important. So it is also according to my importance, right?
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
See, you may.
Rama, sorry, but I doubt if it's according to importance, because I mean this is a wheel of life. If any sector of it is has a problem, definitely our wheel is not going to roll properly, right?
Yes,
So I mean
you're
they all
absolutely
have
right. You're
importance
absolutely right.
in their own aspects.
Yes,
So
Asma.
it's yeah, it's how much we are expressing them. I mean, health. How good is my health right now? How good is my health? And health would incorporate physical, mental, psychological, and career is how happy are you with your career? I mean, is it something you're happy about? Is it something that causes you a lot of pain, or you're just happy with it?
Right.
Like you rightly said, you can be in an office, your performance might be good, but you're not happy with it because it goes against your values or your criteria. So maybe in terms of performance, you may be scoring 10, but then because your values are violated in that area, you could score a 10 in the wheel of life, right?
Yeah, that's right. So what I'm saying is the scoring itself is based on your own criteria.
I think you're
Rama,
right. I think you're absolutely right. What you said. May I know the name of the lady who spoke before this, Rama?
I think it was Asma. Asma, right?
Yeah, I think Asma, you're right. In fact,
Yeah.
because how good you are doing in your life, that should reflect here, because then I think your overall goals will be determined by that, wherever might be you're scoring low or something like that. Maybe
Mm,
I agree with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Right? Then yeah.
Yeah, so
One
ultimately it is slightly subjective. See, there is no hard and fast rule saying that exactly like this, but you know very well that in career how well you are doing. You can say, no, I'm at 6 or 7, or you may not be at 10, or you may not be at 1. So you look at what is
one question back again. Does this exercise is supposed to be what we feel or what we are?
actually, it is what you are. That is the more objective thing.
Okay,
Because
that's fine. Thank you.
yeah, sometimes your feeling may be slightly twisted, but yeah, if you can look at what you are, that's the best thing.
But Rama, what we feel next, what you are, no? My way of feeling, my emotions, my thoughts, my belief,
Yes, sir.
builds my being, who I
Ye-
am at the
yes,
moment.
yes. So ultimately, the best way is all your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and your body all are in line, aligned together. That is the best way. But sometimes they're all scattered a little bit. So once you score, look at your top scores. What are the areas you are scoring high? And those are all the possible candidates for setting more goals in that. Why? Because you are good at it. Either you like it or you have the skills for that. So you can do stretch goals in that area. So look at the area where your scores are high, and those are the areas in which you can set stretch goals, much more better, big goals. There is a good possibility of achieving them.
Sorry, Rama, not clear.
Okay. So now if you have written down, can you say what are all the scores for each one?
Okay, so I have put health as 8,
Right.
career as 7,
Yeah.
love as 7,
Yeah.
spirituality as 8,
Right.
family 9,
Right.
money 7,
Right.
fun 8, friends
Right.
7.
Okay. So here you have scored 9 in family, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So there is a good possibility of setting some more bigger goals in family. In all
Okay.
probability, you can achieve that. So that is what I'm saying. Wheel of Life I scores. That is where you should set up some more stretch goals.
Okay.
Hello, I have a
No,
question, Rama here.
Yeah.
One. Let me just get clarification, ma'am, before I allow
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Shweta, just
Yeah.
we'll close with
So
Praveen. Yeah.
one question from my side. In
Yeah.
the scale of 0 to 10, once we
1 to
have
10.
already have a higher score,
Mhm.
what is the need to work on it again?
That's what I was explaining, because you are good at that. You have very good capability, very good interest. Hence, you can achieve some more stretch goals in that.
Rama, can I ask? So if you focus on the ones initially, if you focus on the ones that are higher in the score,
Mhm.
wouldn't that be neglecting the ones that are not as high? Since you want your wheel of life to be more rounded, right? It needs to
Right.
be,
Right. So it
yeah.
is not the neglect. It is not the neglect. It is the
Yeah.
possibility of achieving much better goals. So that itself will give you strength for achieving the other goals where you are lacking. So this is to make use
Okay.
of your strength and achieve more goals.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that
I
doesn't mean
see.
that we are going to ignore the other one.
Okay, but you start with them so that you begin to give your brain some evidence
Exactly.
that it can achieve the rest. Okay.
Exactly. Positivity. You get more positivity, more energy.
Okay. Okay.
Praveen, I hope it answers you. moving on to Shweta. Shweta.
Yes, the same question what Praveen had, the same question I had also. If suppose we have the family is the highest score, so what else we can set as a goal in the reason of family? Can you just explain a bit?
Yeah, sure. So if you are 9,
Yeah.
so still you may not be the best family in the world. Can you really look at something else where you can be the best family in the world? So
Okay.
this is where something you can really reach the top. You should be the topmost in the world kind of thing. Why? Because you already reached high in that area. So you have the capabilities, you have the interest, you have
Okay.
the wherewithal. So if you stretch little bit, you can be at the top in the world.
Okay. Suppose if we don't have the need to stretch it, and if we want to focus on the things which have the lowest score, so will it be right, or how should it
It
would
is
be?
going to be, we are going to focus on the low scores as well. But the priority wise,
Okay.
I would say priority wise, focus on your high scores because you will generate lot more energy, lot more positivity in achieving them, which will help you to pull the low scores as well. You
All
directly
right.
start with the low scores, you will feel,
Okay.
oh, okay, I have to go and drag it. So this is to generate the positivity and energy.
Okay. All right.
Rama, can I add something little to Shweta?
Shweta, yeah.
Yeah, so if Shweta, so just to add something, just my humble opinion on this, I may be wrong. If your family is already 9, the questions I would be asking myself is, if I had a 9, would be how can I make it a 10? Because why
Exactly.
not? Why not? Why can't we make it a 10 and then we feel much better about it? And then what are the other changes? What are the other variables we should imbibe so that we should maintain it at a minimum of a 9 and it doesn't go down? Because sometimes it's not about reaching the goal, but it's about maintaining it, right?
Yes,
So
of
what are
course.
the things, yeah, so what are the things we should think about so that we don't go down in terms of especially interferences that Mr. Sukhdeepak has explained to us, because those interferences would come, but what should we do? What are we doing currently that it's a 9 and how should we maintain that? For me, that would be the questions I would be asking.
Thank you. Thank you, Asma.
Okay.
Right. So now,
Rama,
yeah,
I have just one clarification here. See, while I agree that wherever you're scoring high, it will add to your what you say positivity, right?
mhm,
But as a human being, when we need to develop in various areas,
right,
maybe I'm not talking about spirituality here, but maybe that today a person is not doing good in his career because of XYZ reason, that he might have shifted his job, or because of Corona, the number of calls have increased. People are not that satisfied. So
right,
if a person gives a low score there,
mhm,
but tomorrow he wants to excel in that career. So
right,
if you look at the other way, I
mhm,
think where all you are giving low scoring, it is also an indication that you need to have more stringent goals to succeed in that, right? So you need to make more efforts in that. For
yes,
example, I can give you one more example, maybe health, right?
yeah,
Maybe a person is scoring low on health because his current health is not good.
right,
Then he needs to maybe change his lifestyle or go on a weight loss program or XYZ, whatever he wants to do. So if you see on the other side, I think somewhere it also needs more efforts in making those goals to be more stringent, or add more inputs in that those particular goals where you're scoring low.
yes, you are right. It requires more effort and you already have resistance. So my point of you focusing on the high score is you really relax yourself, you really bring that energy, bring that positivity so that you can focus on low score items. That is what we have moved on to the next slide. So now you focus on your low score areas as well. So look at your low score areas, and those are all the areas. Obviously, you want to set goals because everybody's mind jumped there first. because once you go there, the problem is you will get stuck. You'll say, oh, I'm already, not so good at it. I have, it's a pain for me to do something. So this is like energy pulling. Looking at the high scores is like energy pulling. And then
That I
low
agree.
scores, in low scores, you beam the energy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Rama,
Yeah.
this I just going through the Google.
Yes, sir.
Something very big and exceptional. I think possibly we require a special session for this wheels of life only.
Yeah. It's a big item. Yes, sir.
Very big useful. Correct.
You can look at there is a mindvalley.com.
Right.
So those guys have some more details on that. You should spend some time on that. Yes.
Fine.
So now you look at your low score areas and note down them, and that is where you have to set some more goals.
Rama, we are unable to see the color coding actually. It's quite small.
Okay. Yeah, you can look at this. Yeah. Yeah, even for low scores, just have a look at this. This is clear, right?
This is visible.
Yeah.
The next slide which you went, was it the same?
Yeah, this says that look at your low scores in what are the areas in which you have low scores. It is same. It is same.
Okay.
Same dimensions.
And Rama, just to add in, sometimes when we actually fix a particular area of our lives, most of the other areas get fixed. Like many people would say, I have a problem with my career, I have a problem with my with money, with fun, with friends. But then you look at his health, maybe is a 2. I mean, how much career or how much money can you make when your health is down? So most times when you've now focused on the health, you can now see all the other areas suddenly just becoming much better.
That's right. Everything is interconnected. The other example, Asma, exactly the opposite example is that you may not be doing great in the career, but you have very good friends, right? So through the friends, you may pick up a lot of things, and by which you might improve your career easily. Possibly. Yeah. So it works both the ways, and all of them are interconnected, as you rightly said. Okay, so we'll move on. So low score areas, obviously you'll have to set the score, the goals to improve. So this is another things you naturally or acquired skills and expertise you already have. Again, those are the areas where you may want to set more goals or stretch goals. Let's say you are good at management, or you're good at some technical aspect. So you can really go not limit to what you are doing today. You can really go at higher levels. For example, you're good at some sports. Why not go to the Olympics, not just limiting to the national or international? So similarly, you are good at a particular area in your work. Why not go at the research level, publish papers, or come out with your own patent, your own branding. So that's what you can do with your skills and your expertise.
What I see when we fix our design, our vision,
yes, sir,
goals, objectives, then anything that we do, it requires congruence with the larger vision, right?
Yes.
And we can be more closer.
Yes.
We don't deviate.
Yeah. It's all linked. It has to be, as you rightly said, it has to be in congruence. Otherwise, if it is on disparate, it is very difficult to achieve all of them together. So you have to look at what is the synergy involved in all of them. Yes, sir.
If we design our SWOT also,
Mhm.
it becomes very easy to find out, no? Okay,
Yes.
what's missing.
Correct. SWOT analysis. Yes, you are
What-
absolutely right. I think
Right.
we should add SWOT analysis to this. What is my strength and opportunities?
And if we recollect what the Sukhdeep sir taught us earlier, I
Mhm.
think 3-4 sessions back, no, about the frequencies, right? Energy. If if something is missing in the life, we have to see at what frequency we are operating from.
Right. Yeah, the level of consciousness.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how do you raise your level of consciousness? Of course, when you are in a higher level of consciousness, you can achieve a lot more.
Yes.
So that's where the health comes into picture, both your physical health as well as mental health.
Yes.
If our health is really good, there is a good possibility of achieving many other goals.
Mhm.
So focus on health is very, very important. So when we say it is not just the physical health, we are talking about the holistic health.
Mm.
Yeah. So moving
So
on. Yes, sir.
that's also a very, very important idea.
Yeah.
When you are talking about get what you want, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Having the path, if we design the path for reaching our consciousness, correct?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So then we can be more closer to the goals, or we
Yes.
can have the something realistic goal rather than being only being notional.
Right. So it's all this also helps because when you have interest in certain things, it's okay. This slide is about your hobbies. What are your hobbies? So sometimes what happens is you are good at some hobbies, but you drop it in the middle because of various other pressures or no laziness or procrastination, whatever it is. But you are really good at some hobbies. If you focus on that, there is a good possibility of improving in all other areas of your life as well. So the energy or the consciousness level can be improved through your hobbies as well, not necessarily from health alone. Health is important, no question about it. But your career can be improved through your hobbies. You never know. So write down your hobbies. So those are all the areas where you may want to really set some goals, which will help you to move to the next level in other areas as well. In fact, there is a good possibility of increasing your consciousness through your hobbies than your career sometimes. Okay, if you're done, this is something I really give a lot of importance to this. So when you were a teenager, what were your dreams, your ideas, and your principles? That has really far-reaching impact. And there is a good possibility of achieving them if you really followed it up, or even now you recollect and work on that. Because that is a time where from your childhood you moved on to as an independent person and you looked at the whole world in a new light, and everything was fresh and everything was possible, and there were no limitations, no blocks in the mind, and a lot of energy. So at that time, whatever you really dreamt of, whatever the ideas you had, whatever the hobbies or whatever the principles, whatever the things you thought about, those are the things which are very, very strong, which you can achieve even now. So go back to your teenage times. Specifically, from the Indian schooling point of view, from around 8th, 9th standard to the 12th standard before you go to the college, or even when you are going to the college. That's the time really, very powerful time.
Rama is okay. I have put some link in the chat, which I went through for the tools to increase the consciousness.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah, I will see.
I got very important suggestion, Rama.
Yeah.
Here we are studying the theory, correct? But we need kind of a concrete structured plan to
Mhm.
put in practice on daily basis.
Yeah.
To measure and to measure, to take the actions and the review, and probably we require a kind of a teamwork, no, with the buddy. So we can
Yes,
stay on
you are
track
right. You
rather
are
than
right.
absolutely studying only.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm heading for. No,
Hmm.
if we create a team of 3-4 people in a groups like 4 to 6 people, 6 groups, right?
Yes.
We can meet in between over the
Yeah.
Zoom. We
Yeah.
can study practice
Yeah.
and we can sharpen our source. That's my
Yes.
request.
Yes, we can do that. We can do that. At the end of this, let's discuss that. I
Right,
think it will
yes,
be
yes.
some kind of buddy system will definitely help.
Right, correct.
So we'll do that, sir. So if you have done this, let me move on to this one. Habits. What are your habits? So the habits could be um, good or bad. Bad habits, limiting habits. Also, please note down because you have to see how to overcome those bad habits, and also note down your good habits. So by which you can achieve a lot more. For example, um, if I have a habit of reading a lot of books, I may want to set some goals in that, either by saying that I want to read more books, or I may decide to write some book as well, right? Or, or if there is a limiting habits, then you have to see how to stop it so that it will allow you to achieve your other goals.
Just a question, does it mean that habits will also aid for the goal setting?
Yes, goal setting as well as achieving the goals. It can either aid or it can limit you.
Fine. Right, thank you.
And also it gives you clue on setting few more goals, like the example I gave, that if my habit is reading books, I may set a goal saying that because I read so many books, I can also as well write a book. So even though my profession is something else, my career is completely different, not writing, but still I may want to write a book.
Rama, what I'm doing right now,
Yes, sir.
I'm finding the checklist for the habits, success, mindset, psychology,
Yes, sir.
of the people who already received the success at the very high level,
Hmm.
and keeping those things in mind as a role model.
Yeah,
If we start like generalizing, I think I've gone through your system in the last week, earlier session.
right,
We plot everything on the paper and we make a note of it.
right.
Make a very focused approach to move ahead.
Sure, sure. Right. So with this, so this is only whatever I have taken you through is just a kind of guidelines for you to set the goals. This is not the exhaustive goal setting process. It's only to trigger you to get started with either reviewing your goals or setting the goals. So now you should get started with this. So when you go through the list, whatever the list you noted down so far, it will give you a clue on what are the areas where you can set the goals and then move forward to fine tuning them and then actionizing them. So that's the idea of today's session, to really get started to really review your goals, already existing goals, and fine tune possibly. So that's the idea of this session today. So any questions on whatever we have done so far?
Yeah, Rama, I have a question.
Yeah.
So sorry, on the habits part, we have like certain habits which are good habits and certain which are bad. Like for me, waking up in the morning is really, like, I really can't do it. I really struggle to really wake up early.
Right.
So that's a bad habit.
Right.
Uh, but I can also stay up late. Like I can really, really stay up late and finish my work. Like, so that's a good way also, good habit also. So
Right.
it's a two thing, you know. If I am
Yeah.
staying up late, I obviously will not be able to wake up early.
Correct.
So does that come under like, so should we write both like good habits and bad habits? Like, how do you want us to write this?
So here, if your rhythm is like that, and you are happy about it, and you don't see any limitations. See, for example, you may achieve a lot of things staying up late, but in the morning, the whole world is coming at 8 o'clock, and you need to attend meetings. You need to meet the people, and if you are missing, even though you are achieving a lot of things during the late night, if you are not able to attend the meetings, if you are not able to meet the people, if you are not able to be in sync with other people, then it may be a limiting thing. But if you are working alone, if you are working in a creative area where there are not too many dependency on other people, maybe it is okay. But wherever your dependency is there with more people who are regularly coming in the morning, and you are not able to meet them, then there is a problem. Otherwise, it's okay.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah. But of course, there is another general thing which no, morning has much more effectiveness. That's okay. That's not a big deal as long as you can achieve your things. But the other important point is what I said before, that other people are there in the morning. So if there is a dependency, then you may want to change it. Any other questions?
So, Rama, I think it was just a small feedback. I think it was a very positive and a very you can say crisp session, and I think very well explained. So, and very easily explained to everyone. Maybe that's my input. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Rama, my suggestion is that we can have the action plan.
Yes,
to
we will discuss
design.
that, sir. If any other questions are there, let's answer those questions. Then we will get into what you suggested. If we can look at having some kind of buddy system where people can work with each other, review, help, and all those things. Yes, Minnie ma'am, any questions?
No, actually, it was a good session. Okay,
Thank you.
I really understood it.
Oh, great. Thank you. Of course, we can add a lot more to this. This is only a just a sample thing. Right. So, okay, if there are no other questions, then we will get into what Vijay sir suggested, that if you are all interested, you can form some kind of either accountability partner or a small team of of 2 or 3 or 4 people together, come together and review your habits or your goals or your understanding of what's going on within this course, get what you want, as well as anything else you may want to share, anything else you may want to validate. We can do that. So that's a good idea, but look at the practical aspects. It is always good to validate with others, particularly with same understanding and similar frequency. Of course, it will be very useful and broader understanding and experience. So if you are interested, let's look at that. Does it make sense for all of you?
Rama, Praveen here.
Yes, Pranay.
Yeah, certainly a very valid suggestion or input from Vijay. We would really welcome, because if we can speak with this team, I'm sure we have a course corrections possible or some sort of improvements possible. If you are all okay, I think out of this session, someday we can have one more round of such discussions to understand the experience of individuals.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, one
Sure.
point from
If
my
you want,
side.
we can do today also. I think we have some more time. We have 20-25 minutes.
Rama, I have posted a small collections of
Yes, sir.
habits of successful people.
Yeah.
It's my habit to put the various books for the people benefit. Is a completely complimentary. People can download. I'm
Mhm.
going to put a weekly one book on my website. This is going to be complimentary.
Right.
People can go there, visit them, place the order, no payment. Simply check out. You will get the in 30 seconds. You get the mail to download it.
Okay. Sure. I think you can put it in WhatsApp group as well,
Yes,
so
sure,
that
sure.
whoever wants to make use of it, they can make use of it.
Yeah,
Thank
here
you, sir.
also I have posted.
Yeah.
Those who are interested, they can copy paste.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
I'm designing a marketplace for the education and training and development. It's a global
Okay.
marketplace.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yeah, one small suggestion from my side.
Yes, Abhishek.
Yeah, generally what we see is that we generally prioritize 2 or 3 goals, and these goals are maybe for a year, and
Yeah.
then these goals, which are a yearly target, these are then divided into quarterly goals.
Right.
And in the actionable item, there is something called as a 90-90-1 rule,
Mm-hmm.
which is coming from the Robin Sharma philosophy, which says that for the next 90 days,
Mm-hmm.
your first 90 minutes should be focused on that one important project which you are looking to achieve, the
Right.
priority number one.
Right.
So I think we all can look into this particular philosophy and start off, maybe if not collectively, but individually, this can be a good head start.
Yes, agree, because that is a prioritization, right? It is not
Yeah.
only even though you have so many goals, you may want to prioritize and make it happen like the way you described, Abhishek. That's right. Thank you. Okay, on forming the accountability partner or the team to review, you can think through, and then you can also discuss in the WhatsApp group. And like somebody suggested, we can have a separate discussion on this one of the days as well. So
Possibly, Rama, what I suggest simply, if
yes, sir.
all fund okay,
Hmm.
between the two sessions, no, we can meet in between and
Yes.
discuss, no, correct?
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
2 days.
Yes.
See,
Today
because
is
we are,
Wednesday, so
uh,
probably on Friday, if it makes sense, Friday
ha,
we'll discuss. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. See, what happened, no, we will become close to our goals. Rather than having the only good wish only,
Right.
let me go and attend,
Right.
we'll be carrying home something concretely, no?
Yes.
If
Yes.
something is not working, we can take the support of each other buddies.
Yes. That will be nice.
And
Yeah.
somebody will be raising some questions, probably in somebody else's question, I will get the answers to my future problem which may arise.
Right.
Our learning will be more concrete.
Right. So yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll conclude now. Please work on this list. Put your goals. Set of goals, whatever it is, whether it is 1, 2, or 10 or 15. Write them down. Write them down, and then review. Yourself, and possibly review with anybody else. With your friends, your family, or your colleagues, or the people here, review with them, and then make it much more fine-tuned, so that you can really apply the tools and techniques which are being taught by Sukhdeepak sir to get what you want. Basically, some of the goals you would like to achieve, obviously. So with that note,
Rama,
yeah.
Rama, just one last input I have.
Yes, Karan.
In one of these sessions which I attended, and it was told that whenever you are making goals, so currently you decide what do you want, basically, maybe in next 3 to 5 years, and then ask yourself a question that what do I basically want if suppose I am to die in next 6 months.
Right.
So I think there are various psychologies to this, because your entire thinking absolutely changes. For example, if someone knows that he's going to, let's say, I'm not being very negative here, but let's say if someone knows that he's going to die next 6 months, then definitely his goals will be that he wants to have a term insurance, or he wants to increase maybe insurance for his family, or XYZ, maybe will, or whatever it is. So I'm saying when we talk about goals, I think we should also determine all these factors which are very, very important.
True, so true, so true. Because those are typically we assume that we are going to live forever and we don't take care of the essential things. So for that, the kind of approach you suggested is really important.
Thank you, Rama.
Thank you, Karan. So with that, yes, Rajshekharan. Yes, Rajshekharan.
Ramanji, so with today exercise, yes, we will come up with our goal, or we will revalidate our goal. Thanks for a lot of new input and kind of paradigm shift in our thinking regarding the goal. So what will be the next? Friday we are meeting regarding the goal, or what exactly?
We'll discuss in the WhatsApp group. We can meet on Friday if you are all okay. So I'm available. We can all meet.
No, we can take a call now itself. I think people are willing to meet on Friday. That's why they are
okay.
Still
So
listening.
then we'll schedule on Friday. Okay. Same time.
Okay, fine.
Yes, same time will be okay for a while. Probably let's check with the other people also.
Right, 9 o'clock. Let's meet on Friday.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So that during that program we will further that session we will further develop on this goal program.
Yes.
Further deep. Or,
yes.
Yeah.
And we will bring all the perspectives. See, what we have done is only got started with, but there are so many perspectives. Like Vijay sir said, SWOT analysis. We can include that. Like Karandeep said, the fundamental thing, that is where we really miss out. We think that everything is there, but the fundamentals are not there. So how do we create that through the psychology or through various techniques? We can look at all those things as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Friday, same 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock India time. 7:30 Dubai time.
Okay.
Yes. Fine.
Yeah. Ovina, is that clear? Ovina? Yes, we'll share the link. Yeah.
Yes, right. Thank you. So
Yeah.
Friday night, 7:30 Dubai time.
Yes, 7:30 Dubai time, 9 o'clock India time.
Great.
And
Thank you.
maybe some more light you can give on this budding system.
I will explain. So basically the point is that whenever we are into this kind of practical programs, it may be a good idea to have one accountability partner, at least one or more. It can be more than one, so that we really talk very briefly in every day. It may be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Talk to them, sync up, and see. Have you done this? Have you understood this? Like that. So this is the informal way of really creating the momentum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So further on this, we will discuss on the Friday.
Yes, yes.
Good, good. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Right. So anybody
Right.
else want to say anything else before we close?
So Ramadi, you're doing great. You're taking leadership for the leading the session today.
Oh,
I
thank you, sir.
congratulate you.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
Abhishek said, I just want to read that. I think you may be reading in the chat box. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in a decade. So this is very, very important. The long-term goals are equally important. So long-term goals we really underestimate. The short-term goals we overestimate. So we have to balance it out.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Good night. And
Good night.
see you on Friday, same time.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you,
all.
sir.
Yeah,
Thank
take
you,
care.
sir,
Take
for
care.
a
Good
great
night.
session.
Right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Very
Thank
great
you.
session.
Bye bye.